Nigerians are still asking questions based on their curiosity as regards the controversy that actually warrant the death of Buhari. A lot of questions are being asked, and they're pushing these questions to the people that are actually in position to actually answer the main question as regards when Buhari actually poof. A lot of questions have been thrown to the wife of Buhari, but no answer have been given yet. But Kasala Boss few years ago, the doctor that was actually in charge of Buhari, the doctor that treated Buhari in London hospital, have finally come out. This man have finally speak up and bust out. You will hear what you never know. This man is already calling Nigerians to action. He said Nigerians need to act. A lot of things is actually uncovered, and a lot of secrets have been revealed by this same doctor. You will see everything in this very video. I'd like us to stay connected to the end of this video. If you can share the video, just want to share it. Share to the various social media platforms. Let it go viral, and if you can share it, just want to like it. Like the video, give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us. Just stay connected. I'll come back again.
Welcome you back to LAJUPOG Watch TV.
I don't have bad news for you today.
The home of religious gossip.
But you should leave the fight for Muhammad.
What is happening in the Christendom? Join now to make sense with LAJUPOG.
Hello my great wonderful viewers, welcome back to LAJUPOG Watch TV. For those of you coming across this channel for the very first time, for those of you that are coming across this channel for the first time, you're coming across the channel based on this video that you're actually watching right now, just endeavor to click the red subscription button appearing on your video screen, and at the same time click the notification bell icon so that whenever we drop a new video in few hours time, YouTube will easily let you to know a lot is actually happening as regards the boofing of Buhari. A lot of Nigerians have been asking questions based on their curiosity, because a lot of them believe that Buhari poofed since 2017. But questions are being asked, but nobody to actually answer their questions as regards when Buhari really poofed. Now, the video is circulating now. The alleged doctor of Buhari, the doctor that treated Buhari when Buhari was in London hospital, it was in a private hospital. It's not even in a public hospital. I don't mean that it's a public hospital. A lot of doctors might be attending to him, but it was a private hospital that Buhari allegedly poofed and all of that. Now, the doctor that they said actually treated Buhari have finally come out in a live video and explained everything. He explained everything that happened. He narrated when Buhari really poof. You will hear things for yourself. You will hear everything that this guy said in this very video. So I would like us to stay connected to the end of this video. If you can share the video, just click the share button, smash the share button, share to different social media platforms, share to groups, share to different platforms, and if you can share it, just like it. Like it, give it a thumb up. Let a lot of people get to know what's actually happening as far as Buhari matter is concerned. This doctor came out and he made it known to the general public that Nigerians are being fooled. He said Nigerians have been fooled right from time, that Nigerians did not even know what's actually going on. He narrated every pain. Since Nigerians have been asking questions based on their curiosity, they are asking questions based on the fact that they suspected that Buhari poofed since 2017. And the reason why Nigerians were actually suspecting it was because it happened in the regime of Yar'Adua. When Yar'Adua spent 2 years, and after a while, when Yar'Adua fell sick, they were hiding it from Nigerians, according to report. The governments were actually hiding it from Nigerians, but as the matter remains, when Yar'Adua poofed, they stay hiding from Nigeria for some time. So by so doing, Nigerians did not even trust the process again. So that was why when Buhari embarked on a long hospital trip to London, a lot of questions are being asked. And according to report, many of the officials of Buhari in the Buhari cabinet then, they lied to Nigerians, and the lies were actually uncovered. Nigerians actually get to know that they lied to them, they gaslighted them, and as the matter remains, Nigerians begin to ask more questions when they notice that lies are on rampage based on the controversies around Buhari. That was why Nnamdi Kanu came out and make it known to the general public that Buhari poofed since 2017, that they bury him in a shallow grave in Sudan and all of that, or maybe Saudi Arabia or wherever he said it, and he said they brought Jubilee of Sudan. That was what Nnamdi Kanu said, and a lot of people actually buy into it, and he began to bring out many evidences as regards that, making up many pictures and stating the difference between the Jubilee and the previous Buhari that poof and all of that allegedly. That was what Nnamdi Kanu did, and a lot of people actually digress into it. They buy the idea because the government have actually did something worse in the regime of Yar'Adua back then. Now, who did they really buried in Buhari's compound few days ago when they announced the fact that Buhari actually poofed? Because according to what a lot of Nigerians are saying, they said the poofing that Buhari just poofed now, they said is actually controversial. They said this man had been getting sick for a while. He will get sick, very, very, very sick for months. He did not poof. All those sickness did not poof him. They said, is it the man that is not even, he did not even look like as if he's really sick like that? He actually used his leg, according to report, allegedly to actually go to the London hospital, and he wasn't really sick deep. They said, is it that slight illness that actually took his life? When thick illnesses that he actually fell sick, as at 2017 back then, they don't poof him. He said, why is it that it is just a common sickness that actually poof him? So these people are actually asking questions now. The doctor that actually treated Buhari allegedly have finally come out to actually release the information that a lot of Nigerians did not even know. This man stated it. He said it in the live broadcast in the London there, inside that same London. He said everything, and he's calling Nigerians to action, that Nigerians should wake up, that they've actually insulted the intelligence of Nigerians right from time. He said they've gaslighted Nigerians so well that Nigerians did not even know the truth of the matter. This guy stated everything. Many of the questions that they asking Aisha Buhari, that they asking the Buhari cabinet in Nigeria here, this man get the answer to every of the questions. He released the information that actually needed. Now, I'll play you the full video now for you to see everything the way it goes. I intentionally make the analysis so that you will understand what you're about watching. Now, first of all, I will play you a video where SOWORE actually spoke about this Buhari and Tinubu in court. And on the same video, you will see a particular video that will open your mind as regards what really transpired amidst the Buhari profile and all of that. And inside the video, you will hear what the daughter of Buhari actually said. Hear things for yourself. Come and see secrets. Come and see exposure. Come and see the way they've insulted the intelligence of Nigerians, and they've gaslighted Nigerians for years. Just stay connected. If you can share the video, share it. If you can share it, just like it. I'm coming back again.
The Tinubu regime came to bury Nigeria after Buhari killed it, and people are still playing along with them. I don't know what is wrong with Nigerians. We are not playing. That's why we are not engaging in all this side hanky-panky about protests. When we are ready and when Nigerians are ready, we are interested in a revolution. We have made that very clear, because that's what can end this nonsense in our body politic. You have all these military generals who don't go to war. And it's only in Nigeria that somebody who has never fought a war before will become a general in the army, based on the number of traditional rulers he knows or the GO of his church. That's how they become generals in Nigeria, not because they go to war. If you see an Israeli general, it's because he has fought a war before. If you see an American general, he has been to Afghanistan, he has fought in Iraq, even though those wars might be wrong. But they have gone to war. But in Nigeria, you call these businessmen generals, they are all building estates in Abuja. They don't go to the war front. They don't know what's going on there. They are the ones who are happy that the insecurities are coming. You ask army to be doing traffic work. It's the Nigerian government that refused to release Nnamdi Kanu, something that would have solved a big problem. And then instead of releasing him, you go and put army in the east. Every kilometer in the east, there are army checkpoints. But after 100 kilometers in the north, you can't find the army. There was a man in Katsina who said there are only 5 guns in the local government in Katsina state. And most importantly, legitimate leadership is important. When you don't vote for people and they lord themselves over you, you don't respect them. The president never told you he will be in the country, because he never campaigned to be president of Nigeria. It was INEC that imposed him on you. We told you when he was coming to office that the man is sick. Nobody listened to us. They even sang a song, Baba is sick and he's falling apart. Nobody listened to us. We told you that he's coming to govern Nigeria with his family. You didn't listen to us. Now that he's in power, we are calling him president. And now that he doesn't govern from Abuja, he's governing on WhatsApp. You are worried about it. Start listening to what we tell you, so that when the problem comes, you not keep asking us the same question over and over again. And I have told you before that the people who claim to be governing Nigeria now never fought for democracy. I was the one who told you that Tinubu was selling drugs in Chicago in 1993.
We're live from the London Clinic. This is the London Clinic. This is London's largest, as we quoted, private hospital. just on Harley Street. Now, those who know can only but imagine the cost of a night's treatment here. For a suite of rooms in which you will be treated in, you can only but imagine the cost. But yet this place here, the London Clinic, with another branch just across the road there, was the place where the average Nigerian can't even enter the door, because they'd have to get on the plane to come here. Having got on the plane to come here, not only was the person who misruled us for how many years able to get full treatment, but he was able for it to be without payment from his pocket. At London's largest private hospital on Harley Street. Now, citizen, I'm sure you have something to say.
You know,
on this.
there's something very, very that is stirring. You know, that will make, there's something galling about this. This is the same man they said who stayed here receiving treatment in a private hospital in London. This same man, I remember him, I said it before, as a child growing up in Nigeria, when he toppled Buhari's, Shagari's government. The first thing they said was that Nigerian hospitals has deteriorated. That was what he said when they come up with that coup. The same man came to London in a private hospital.
Question we must ask. As we can quote from staff, as we told, we didn't film them because we like to leave them as anonymous. We were told he was here between 2 weeks and 10 days. 10 days, 2 weeks, that kind of thing. How is it that those who foot the bill for this treatment, not only this one, but one's going back, I've only told on the day when the bill is due. They weren't told when he arrived. They were told when the bill is due. This is the London Clinic. Not Abuja Clinic, not Echo Clinic, not Port Harcourt, not Kanu, not Katsina. This is London Clinic. Go on the website and see how much the fees are for what they call self-pay.
And I think it's the largest private hospital
in London.
The largest private hospital in London.
Bigger than the Wellington.
Yeah, the thing is that this man, these people who came here for treatment, nothing stops them from going to the national health clinics or hospital in London here, because it is free. For someone like him, he has a British passport, so it will be free for him. So, but again, having the last laugh, he still went to a private hospital in this country. The cost, which is nothing but peanut to them anyway, because it's public money.
Because it's for free.
It's public money, is free as well. It doesn't know the cost. I understand what you're saying. It's free because they don't pay for it. Because it's Nigeria, it's a money that belongs to Nigeria. So they do whatever they like.
Nigerian citizen. Are you a citizen?
So
are you a citizen? Can you enter this hospital?
I understand what you're
as
saying.
A citizen?
I understand what you're saying. It's free. It's free for those Nigerian politicians because it is not their money in the first place. So they do whatever they like. But it is very expensive hospital for an ordinary person to come to. You can't even afford it. Okay, now my point is that I was looking at this hospital when we came here. What was going through my mind was this: if there was leadership, something like this would be in different parts of Nigeria. This man would have created something like this in Nigeria.
Times 20.
Yes.
Times 30.
Yes.
Times 50. Times 70. Each state would have 2, 3 places like this. How many do they have now?
They will loot, steal the money, and at the end of the day, they will come and use that money and spend it abroad. Spend it abroad.
When this man was ill, we were never told what ailed him. Now he's dead, will we be told what killed him? Nigeria saved him, is killing us. this is the London Clinic, where it's saving those perpetrators of the greatest fraud known to man. That one which keeps you enslaved. If you like, take action. If you don't like, take action. Whichever way it is, but question yourself. When your children are sick, when your parents are sick, what hospital do they go to in that contraption? That place called Nigeria. Where do they go? Is it the same London Clinic? On that note, because this is a short one, with vigor.
When I tell people say na who lose the election for Nigeria na him win, people go say na lie. Imagine if Buhari had not had a second chance to govern this country. If people like Tinubu and his people, despite knowing his weakness and antecedent and incapacitation over his age, had not packaged him as a born-again Democrat to deceive Nigerians, the eulogies today would have been very different. A lot of praises would have been pouring in as the man who meant so well for Nigeria but didn't have the opportunity to govern again. People would have even replaced his name with the best president Nigeria never had. But alas, he had his opportunity and he blew it. He was favored by the gods, adorned by humans. Some of the humans who trekked from Lagos to Abuja as a sign of honor for him when he won the presidency. His body language alone frightened a lot of people. Even the civil service, the moment he entered office, everybody fell into line. A man who was touted as the anti-corruption SARS, but was not in a hurry to change anything. Rather, he adjusted to the corruption he found and saw no evil once he was committed by people around him. As he turned a blind eye to even his friend Ganduje's bribe taking, and everybody around him suddenly realized that the man was unaware and incapable of even doing anything. And so they started grabbing as much as they wanted while he remains mute. He went about his business, changing his life to a youngish, fresh look, and spent 8 years holidaying all over the world and was being treated by the best doctors in UK. And as the country was bleeding from insecurity, he was enjoying the paraphernalia of a president of a poor oil country. And his daughters were flying private jets to even go take pictures of festivals. The transformation was so hard to believe that even people like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his group were convinced that the real Buhari had died and the fresh guy we were saying was a clone guy, Jubri from Sudan. And you won't blame them. And even in death, Nigerians, a people that hardly speak ill of death, are not in a hurry to forget his bad deeds. A government that slaughtered hundreds of shites, men, women, and children, ordered soldiers of the Nigerian army to open fire on peaceful and defenseless NSAS protesters waving the Nigerian flag because, according to Buhari, they were coming to remove him from office. He ordered the killings of young Southerners who he branded as IPOB, disobeyed court orders endlessly, jailed critics like SOWORE, destroyed the economy, and ruined everything he touched. Muhammadu Buhari left a legacy of debts which almost doubled from 18% to 38% of the GDP, and inflation at 22.4%, with 133 million Nigerians in poverty. And despite all of this, some of his people, including some of those in government now, and others who are collating to head bad government, saw no evil but participated in the evil. However, he completed the railway line in Warri-Itakpe, the Abuja Light Rail, Abuja Kaduna Railway, Lagos Ibadan Railway, and the Kaduna Kano, Lagos Ibadan, Enugu Port Harcourt, Bodo and Boni, and then the Apapa Oshodi Woroshoki road project as testament to his huge spending. He would also take pride in the Ajakuta Kano Kaduna railway line and the AKK gas project, which nepotism did not allow them award to the most suited company for that job because the person is Southerner. Anyway, that's a story for another day. So how do you tell Nigerians to mourn such a leader? I will therefore advocate our leaders today should remember it is not the number of days one spent in office that matters, but the quality of leadership and its impact in the people's life put in those days. They should also remember that the lifespan of a political office holder is like that of a tenured monarch, and that no matter how long it takes, it will come to an end someday. So what would they be remembered for? President Tinubu and his administration should use this as an opportunity to introspect. Remember also his age, bring back monies in foreign bank accounts to the country, empty their pocket to rebuild Nigeria, use this as an opportunity to recalibrate his government and bring in more competent hands, create a presidential office for research and development, monitoring and evaluation of key performance indicators to enable him leave a legacy that will be worth celebrating when his story comes to an end. But if he chooses to be dead to this admonition, and remain alive to vanity, he should remember that man is nothing but a breathing corpse. And if you are no longer alive to receive the insult, don't put your family with. Make we leave our here small to enable us also hear your thoughts on and comments on the issue. And also, like I say, feel free to press the subscribe button and then also share. But the Bible says we should not judge so that we will not be judged. But I say today, like my friend Chuka Yono, judge so that you also will be judged. That is the only way we can build a better society. See you.
Yes, my people, as they hurt, it don't happen. No, me person no go live life of say when you there in life, everything you do on the come against you when you don't die. Now people don't insult you rather than wishing you RIP. Rest in peace. Huh? The full definition of good name is better than riches.
Thank you for staying connected, my great and wonderful viewers. You can see everything that was said in this very video. Even to the extent that SOWORE came out, when Buhari poofed, then a lot of people were asking SOWORE question that what was your take as regards this Buhari that nearly poof. You remember what SOWORE said then? He said Buhari is not a good man, that for the fact that Buhari poof doesn't mean that they should be saying good things about him. For the fact that he actually poof doesn't mean that the dead that poof him will eventually erase his bad deed and people will begin to say everything good about him. The poofing that he poof doesn't purify him, it's not purify a personality. Now you can see everything that was said. They said this in Buhari in question when he was in power, according to reports, some people said they have discipline. But what was the essence of the discipline that you have? That you promised Nigerians change, but yet you said you want to fight corruption, but yet you're looking at corruption face to face. Corruption wearing face cap, walking in the street of Nigeria in broad daylight. Nothing is being done. Corruption will wear face cap, holding walking stick, and walking in the street of Nigeria in the regime of Buhari. Nothing is being done. Do you know how much Valley stole in the regime of Buhari? Do you know every of the atrocity that was committed? They stealing the mafia in Nigeria's treasury, the mafia in Nigeria money, and yet you said you have discipline. You refuse to checkmate everything that the people under you are actually doing until they finish Nigeria. You can see everything that is actually going on. Now the same SOWORE, when they ask him that what's your take as regards this Buhari that poof, SOWORE said the Buhari happens to be a disaster to Nigeria. It's not even only SOWORE. A lot of people came out to blast, laboast and labast him. Now on the same view, it was in the regime of Buhari that a lot of insecurity actually took place. Buhari did not have a good heart for Nigerians. That's what a lot of Nigerians are actually saying. They said the life of Nigerians doesn't really matter to him. They said it was in the regime that they poof a lot of people at Tollgate. It was in the regime that they poof a lot of people in churches, full and herdsmen invading churches up and down. It was in the regime of Buhari that a lot of insecurities were taking place in Nigeria, where Fulani with mafia, Igbo people in the bus while traveling, where a lot of banditry things are actually taking place. They said it was in the regime of Buhari that they actually shot SOWORE. They shot him, they gunned him down then with rifle. Now the same Buhari in question actually poof, and a lot of people were thinking that they would be saying good things as regards him. Now looking at what the doctor said in this very video, the alleged doctor, the man said it. He said this clinic in London is one of the most expensive private hospitals in London. They carried Buhari to London. They did not treat him in public hospital. They carried him to private hospital, and look at how much they're spending in a night. They're spending over £3,000 in a night in that hospital. That's above 6 million naira for a man. Meaning that the time that Buhari was in the hospital in the regime of Buhari, when he spent like 3 months in that hospital, do you know how many £3,000 in a night that they spent in that 3 months? That's what a lot of people are actually saying. They said this man have mafia Nigerian money and they've used it for different nonsense, because treating yourself in a private hospital in another man's country, whereas you can't build your own hospital. You can hear the doctor saying this in this very video. They said the money that they spent in all those hospitals, they can use to build hospitals that is even more than that, more classy than that in Nigeria, but they refuse to do that. These people refuse to do that. This is witchcraft or wickedness in the highest order, and those are what a lot of Nigerians are actually saying. Why will you have the capacity to build that kind of hospital times 60 in Nigeria? You can hear them saying maybe even times 80, that Nigerian government have the capacity to build that kind of hospital times 80 in Nigeria, but they refuse to do it. And they claim that they're serving the common man. They claim that they are there for the common man. You can hear the doctor saying in this video, they say a common Nigerian in Europe, a common Nigerian in London, just an average Nigerian, cannot enter that hospital, talk less of taking treatment. That's where Buhari was taking treatment for more than many months with Nigerian money. He claims that he rears cows in Nigeria. Is it the cows that he rears in Nigeria? Is it the money that he wants to go and be using to be spending 3,000 pounds? That's around 6 million naira plus in a night in London hospital. Now, drop your opinion in the comment section on this video as regards everything that this man actually said. Drop your opinion. Feel free to say your mind as regards everything that was actually said in this video. As I'm gonna get another channel day for you, and share, follow me on my social media handles on Facebook at LAJUPOG TV and LAJUPOG Entertainment, and on Instagram at LAJUPOG. Guess what, guys? See you in my next video, and bye for now.
I see the hot for my body, I say make I yarn you. Religious gossip plenty day for body. Pastor with the line on top, be pastor. For LAJUPOG watch TV. Pastor with the back, where politician with the do pass himself. Corrupt leader, why you waiting for church? All as LAJUPOG watch TV.